Hello, Internet. I'm Matt Haas, and the All Things YouTube live show is about to start. As always, the countdown timer will come on. If you are watching this as a replay, just go ahead and fast forward. I won't care. It's all good. I'll have a hot mic during the countdown timer and the ever famous, you know you love it, bald spot cam. Let's get some jams going here, and we'll kick this thing off at the top of the hour. Oh, yeah. Got open Q&A all night. Get the questions ready. I will answer. There we go. That's the song I wanted. Pushing lots of buttons over here. Going crazy with the button pushing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Matt Haas. This is the All Things YouTube live show. I am so glad you're here. We have open Q&A all night long. If you have a question about YouTube, YouTube analytics, the best titles and thumbnails, you have questions about how to grow your audience, about marketing, doing things off of YouTube to get people on YouTube, hey, I have the answers and I will hook you up. No problemo. Let's take a look at who's here. We've got Kevin Michael Reed. Welcome to the show. Jaden, welcome back to the channel. Good to have you here. Monty Cone. Clap, clap, clap. 3 claps in the house. Hi, Monty. Welcome back. Harneal Media. That's my friend Steve Nealon. Love Audio Production popped in here earlier. He's got an early morning, so he stopped by, threw down a like. That's totally fine. I will take as many views as I can get, as much as you can give, as little or as much. You want to drive by, drop a like? That's great. I'll take it all, baby. I will take it all. Let's take a look at a few people that have helped me out with the Patreons. That's right. I have a Patreon account. It is over here. Come say hi. Oh, we'll go here. Let's see here. And we'll go to view as a public page. That's the way I like it. This is it. You get perks. Lots and lots of perks. And we can see who's the new Patreon. We do have a new Patreon member. It is Austinator. Thank you for being a top patron. Also, Jerry Brown, Harneal Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's, Austinator, and Shalalala Productions. Thank you for being top patrons. I also shout top patrons out, all patrons out, when I do an email newsletter, which is fun. So yeah, get in on that. $1 patron, Steve Carmichael, Miter Mike's Woodshop, Anna B Workshop, OJ Woodworking Crafts, Javi's Woodshop, and The Mad Maker. Thank you for being top patrons, and appreciate that. A couple other fun things we got going on here. This is how you interact with me, folks. I'm on the Facebooks. That's right. There's a whole thriving community about YouTube on a competing social media network, Facebook. Go check it out. I'll approve you for that and get it on the email newsletter. I know that sounds minor. I send a lot of stuff out on email. And if you sign up for email newsletter, you get my free to-do list for prepping a video, uploading a video, and marketing a video. It's all there. This is what I do. Just instant download. Sign up for the, these links are in the description as well. I also have this link. If you use this link, it's easy, credit card or PayPal, and you get your name right here as the latest tipper. It'll stay there until someone tips over top of you, or if you beat that amount, you'll be in the top tipper 30 days. So you can get some screen time here, really fun, if you use this Stream Elements link, also in the description and right here, as I said. And I got Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee and Stream Elements have the fun animations, so you'll get an animation on the screen if you use that stuff, which I think is fun. And if you're into snarky T-shirts, I've got a store and affiliate accounts, things like that. Ecamm's about to have a major update. I'm going to install the beta software, so I have that. I had the beta software installed, but I just don't use it. I haven't been using it, but I should be using it, and I'm going to be using it. It's going to have a cool new feature for sure. Fun piece of personal news, tech news, before I get going here. I got a new cell phone for my son. It's the iPhone 13. It comes with the ability to have 2 SIMs or 2 phone numbers, or 2 phone numbers on 1 SIM. There was like dual calling plans kind of in the configuration. Now, one wasn't active because I didn't buy it, but I'm like, what is this? You can have like 2 different carriers or 2 different phone numbers on the same phone. And when it rings, it'll be like ringing from this number or ringing from that. And you can have like work, personal. You can nickname the numbers. I just thought, that's cool. You know, those little teeny chips, like these little teeny, God, they're so small. I can't even, these little guys, you know, they go in your phone. Apparently they can hold 2 different SIMs. Did I say who's here? Yeah, Kevin Michael Reed. Yeah, I went through who's here. Yep, good. More people are piling in. Get the questions in the chat. If you have a question, just drop it in the chat. I will answer it. If I go a while without answering your question, ask it a second time. That's totally fine. I get that. And let's take a look at, I have a question for you. Okay, so this is a question for the viewing audience. It has to do with a competing social network, Facebook. Now, I know this is a show about YouTube, but listen, when you're on YouTube, you got to use the other platforms to get eyeballs on your YouTube stuff. So, Facebook question. When Facebook has video, especially live stream video, you have a title and a description. Most of the time. You always have a description. Some of the time you have a title. Can someone point me to documentation about this? Because if you go live from your phone to Facebook using Facebook's interface, you get the description, and the descriptions appears, not the title. If you upload a video, you have a title and a description. If you use Ecamm, you can have a title and description, and it will hold the title and description. Hey, Austinator, I will get to your thumbnail analysis, which I think I owe you. And as I mentioned, Austinator is a new patron. Thank you, Austinator, for being a top patron. Monty knows what's up. What the heck? I have a screen grab from Monty. Monty was asking me this question earlier. So if there's any articles or to-dos or documentation on this, let me know. Because, okay, before I finish my thought, I'll read this. That's true. The title becomes part of the description when using Restream, I believe. Yes, that is exactly right. I was going to show that. Because when I'm here on Restream, let me push a few buttons. Hold on. Here we go. Look at this. So when this is my Restream panel. When I restream into this Facebook group, this is how I can set up my title and description. So you can see 2 different pieces of metadata, okay? When I go to that post, which I'll get to here in a minute, I'm going to get there in a roundabout way. Just talk amongst yourselves. Go recent posts. It's coming. Okay. Try and find. There's my post. So look. So here. Does that look familiar? This was my title, and this was my description. Let me show you again. See, I had more videos equal more better. A fun play on words. But you knew that, right? Question mark? That's my title. Again, over here, it smushed it all together. So I guess the question is it possible to retroactively punch in a title after you go live with Facebook's own, what is it, like live producer, like whatever the interface is? So you're on a Facebook page or Facebook group and you hit the go live button and you call it up. Here, I'll show you. Come over here and we'll go into here. And if I go live, see, I just have a description right here. See that on screen? Oh, that's kind of weird. Hi. It doesn't give you a title. And then after you go live, it doesn't It doesn't do that. Now, here's another fun thing. Check this out. Let me just go to that. This is another glitch. Whoa, who's here? It's Dave Gatton. How are you, good sir? Welcome back to the channel. I'm still working on the Bee Gees Staying Alive on the piano. Okay, so let me show you this. We've got this problem. So way over there in white, look how it says untitled, 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 untitled. Now, I think this is a server-side glitch issue. Now, watch when I go to this page myself. So I can go to win that listing hyphen Monty Cohn. And if I go to the videos, see the video? Well, can you see how I touch the video tab? Like not the photos, but the videos, not the pages, but the videos. And look, I see all of the titles there. So my question to you is, you, the viewing audience, I'm going to put a link in the chat. Oh, hi, Chuck. Chuck's here. Desert Bum Woodworking. Welcome. So if you could go to this Facebook page, it's a Facebook business page. Do it on your phone if you can. Now, don't stop watching my live stream. But if you can, get this link on your phone. Tell me if you see Untitled as all of those videos, the video titles. If you see the word Untitled or if you see the actual words that, like, which one do you see? Do you see mine with bold words at the top, or do they say Untitled for you? Hey, Monty's thanking me and the community. Yo, you're so welcome. Now, what I suspect is happening is maybe there's a content server on the West Coast that is failing or glitching, and it's just not pushing out that data to a subset of users on the West Coast. And maybe it's that. Yep, all the phone streamed videos are untitled. Oh, Kevin. Okay, Kevin, if you don't mind, tell me whereabouts in the world you are. General location. You don't, no addresses, of course. Only if you want to. So you could say, like, I'm in the Central Time Zone, or I'm in the East Coast, or I'm in this state, or I'm in this country. That would be helpful. So, okay, so I can see full titles. And again, this is, link is in the description. This is where that is. 191 Sum Street. Yeah, I get it. Oh, he's in Ireland. Okay. All right. So we know Monty can't see it. Monty sees Untitled on the West in California, and Dublin, Ireland says Untitled. But me in Pennsylvania, I can see all of that. Crazy. Yeah, that's cool. And if you're watching this as a replay, go ahead and do this exercise and put it in the chat as well. And again, what you would do is you would go to that URL on your phone, and then you would pop over here to videos to see the list, the video list. That's the exercise. So I would appreciate that. Get your questions in, because I have open Q&A all night. It's been a slow YouTube news week. Austinator says, did I watch the Stranger Things trailer? I saw like the teaser trailer months ago. But no. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the new Ghostbusters, which is very Stranger Things like. And the new Ghostbusters movie has one of the actors from Stranger Things. But no, I did not see the new Stranger Things trailer. Man, that's the reason to buy Netflix right there. Stranger Things. That's a huge franchise. And it's set in the 80s. I love the 80s, 80s action figures, 80s coin-operated video games. Yeah, I'm all about the 80s for sure. All right, Jaden asked me to do a thumbnail. Jaden, you still want the thumbnail analysis, is that correct? So let me call that up. Not Jaden, I'm sorry, Austinator. Austinator, you still want the thumbnail analysis, I believe. The Demogorgon is my favorite killer in the Dead by Daylight. Austin did, yeah. Okay, so which are there particular thumbnails you want me to look at? I know I did do an analysis on some of these thumbnails in the past, or these similar style. These I like. The text is readable. There's not too much text, and the titles, I would put the episode number at the very end. So I would do Game Breakers Podcast - Video Game Worlds episode 5. There's no reason to put episode 5 that far forward in the name. The most recent video, the one with Mr. Burke, because I changed it, okay? Most recent video is this one. I take it it's this one? Is that right? Yeah. Let me know if that one's not right. So you were on with Mr. Burke. Okay, cool. Yes, he's confirming that's the one. Good. Is that playing? It's not playing. Yeah, it's playing. Wait a minute. Is this all a still image? Something must be weird with the video. This looks like it's just all one image. Hey, new user here. Good to see you. Mew Mew Q. Excellent. I like your avatar. Kitty cat. Is that a Siamese cat? I like cats. Who doesn't like cats? I think there's a cat right on this thumbnail that I'm doing an analysis of. Or is that a fox? I'm not sure. But again, this is a good thumbnail. Oh, it's an audio podcast. Gotcha. Yeah, you don't want too many words, but I think this is okay. I mean, maybe these 3 are a little tiny because as you zoom out, it might be a little hard to discern what those words are. But oh yeah, look at this. I see you've modified it. So was this the before and this the app? This one's much improved. Way improved, this style. I like the contrast. The white is readable on the background, and this is a nice touch too. Look at this. Is there a darker outline around? Oh no, maybe there isn't. I thought maybe there was like a dark outline around the type. Not needed because it is such good contrast, but that could be something you could consider. Okay, all right. First ones I looked at before. Excellent. Yeah, this is good. Oh, and look, this one's, episodes not needed. This was really tiny. Oh yeah, you've definitely made a huge improvement. Ooh, I like this. Question mark? Oh yeah, question marks are good in thumbnails because it leads the viewer to think, oh yeah, I want to see what that is. That is like a click magnet right there. A question mark. I do like that. Only problem is it's the timestamp sort of obscures it a little bit, but I can tell it's a question mark. You really got to be careful about this lower right corner because it will obscure things. Maybe if these words never go any more to the left and these words never go any more to the right. Maybe you can take these two images and raise them up a little bit so they're more in the center. That could be something you might want to consider doing. I like that the text isn't all the way to the end. You've got some cushion here. You've got some cushion there. Cushion. That's called white space, even though it's blue, but the term is called white space. That's good. I like it. I like it. That is very much improved, Austin. And good on you. Good on you. I very much like it. I'm not wearing my blue shirt today. Instead, I'm wearing a DreamHost shirt, #not-sponsored. This is where I have my website empire, is through the DreamHost, is the hosting company that I use. And trying to find a cool new overlay that I just put in here. This one. Boom! I have websites for all of these. This is just everything I do all over the internet. If you're interested, if you're not in the Facebook group, here I am on the Facebook group. These are Facebook pages I have. And then these are all of my websites. Isn't that cool? I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome. I've been using Restream for a while. I'll give a little bit of update. Oh, yeah, I know. I have 11 domain names that resolve down into, I think, 9 websites just for my own properties. And then I manage about 25 total websites for small businesses. And that number is decreasing because I'm no longer doing that as a freelance service. But yeah, I love websites. Everyone should have a website. If you have questions, get your questions in, because I'm going to wind down the show here if you don't have questions. But I do have a few more things to talk about, so get your questions in the chat. Yeah, look who's laughing at me. This is Steve Nealon from Harnell Media. He has hundreds upon hundreds of active websites. It's like his deal. He makes websites for small business and a lot of websites for creators. So yeah, you've got your hands full, sir. No, Patreon does not count as a website. Well, it is a website, but it's not your website. When I say you should have a website, technically YouTube is a website. You should have a website that you control. It should be a blog, WordPress or something like that. You should have it because you control it. You own it. Jack Conte owns Patreon. You don't own it. He could boot you off for any reason. Oh my goodness, Matt, I have trouble with 2. Yeah, I know. But yeah. Is that a reference to my misspelled domain name? Here, check. Do you want to see something funny? Check this out. I still have more points to make. If you go to matthaas.com, this is my website. Okay, this is my name, Haas. All right, this is my blog. But if you misspell the name, if you put 2 S's in, look what you get. You gotta look fast. You get this animation telling you how to spell my name, and then it auto jumps you to matthaas.com. It took me a decade, literally 10 years, to capture the misspelling of my name in the .com space, and .com domain, top level domain. Another photographer owned it, whose name was Matt Haas, but he was doing business under the misspelling because he couldn't get Matt Haas because I already own it. Only one person can own a domain name. I owned it, and I was never giving it away. And then that got too hard for him to handle, and he switched it out to matthaasphotography.com with it spelled correctly, and he abandoned the misspelling, and I snatched it up. Yeah. I even offered to buy the misspelling Matt Haas domain name from him And the emails went through. It didn't bounce back. He never answered. And I used his web form on his website, and I put it in. Never answered. Then when I bought it, he wanted it back. And he says, I want to buy it back. I want you to give it to me for free because you're not using it. Like, he saw this and said, yeah, you're not using it. I want it back. I want you to give it to me for free. I was like, what'd you say? It took me 10 years to buy that. Anyway, Monty Cohn says, what you think of how to take an old but valuable WordPress site that no longer is supported by the developer and not mobile optimized and port it to something current? Okay. What do I think? I think it's worth doing. It's worth doing. There is a website. There is a plugin to transfer WordPress sites from one domain to the other. There's transfer things. It's not for the faint of heart. You've got to have the old site under some domain name that's unique, and then you have to have the new site ready to go under a different domain name, and then you've got to put the plugin on both the old and the new sites, and then you got to export the data from the old site, and then with the plugin on the new through the plugin, you got to export the site through the plugin on the old site, and then go to the new site and upload the site through the plugin on the new site. God willing, and the creek don't rise, it works. Now, versions, I don't know about that. It looks like you can't update the old site to the latest version, so that might run into trouble. I've done it a few times. It's a little tricky, but it is possible. It is possible to get that, and then you might have theme issues. Maybe the theme's no longer supported, so the look and feel might be different if it all moves over. So it would be one of those things where, one, you got to get it to work. You got to get the content moved over, cross your fingers. And then once it's ported over, then you've got to probably do a visual cleanup type of thing. How much do domains cost normally? $14.99 a year to rent the domain name. That's matthaas.com, apple.com, facebook.com. That you rent that from ICANN, which is a international consortium of numbers, and so it says it's about $15 a year, and then you have to host it somewhere. Hosting is typically $10 or $12 a month, depending on what type of hosting you have. So $120 $120 a year. So for about $150, you can have a website. Now, some services like Wix and there's another one that I can't think of. It's not WordPress. They have their own interface. They could charge you like $20 a month. So it kind of gets out close to be the same. I like WordPress sites because I know WordPress. I'm comfortable with WordPress. WordPress is the most installed content management system. That's what it's called. It's basically a website management tool, but the formal name is Content Management System, or CMS. And WordPress is the most installed. I used to do Drupal. Drupal is another content management system, super powerful, but not quite as flexible and pretty as WordPress. So that's what they cost. When I do website work, I say I am like the most ethical website host or website person you can partner with, because I'm work for hire, 100%. You pay the domain fees, you legally own the domain, you pay for the hosting fees, you legally own the hosting account, and whatever I do is just work for hire, and everything I do, you own constantly. Some unscrupulous people will be like, all right, you pay me X amount, I'll take care of everything, and I own everything. And you just have a license to use what I put there. That's That's kind of crossing the line, I think. Hosting cost me $150 a year with a developer tool thrown in. That's not bad. That is kind of what you pay. Yep. That is a fair cost for a shared hosting. Now, some hosting, they'll give you half of a server, or they'll guarantee resources. The hosting I'm talking about is like shared hosting, which is spread across multiple users on one box. But it's all blah 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 blah. But that's the way I do it. If it was mission critical, I could pay for a higher cost hosting plan and get dedicated resources, dedicated machine RAM, dedicated bandwidth, dedicated, so it's more stable. And if I really wanted to stitch together a mission critical thing, I would use Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Then you can do like cascading failover type server environment. And this gets really weird on server architecture and all the hosting components, but you can have multiple servers. You can have like 2 servers share the load, and then with scripts in place, if those 2 servers get overloaded, it'll fire up a 3rd server and start using that server to push and run the site, and you could just have it go on infinitely. And then you can have it spin up servers in multiple locations across the map of server farms. So I've done a mission critical website, which I call like a medium-sized business. This is it's been running for 11 years. Over 100 people actively use it daily, and it monitors the order process all the way through to shipping and fulfillment and invoicing. So it does the whole business process except accounts receivable. It doesn't do accounts receivable, but it does accounts payable. It doesn't do receivable. That I did with Amazon AWS, and that was really complicated. Sounds great for a growing business. Oh yeah, it is. There's a fun tool that Netflix made public. I was at a conference, and it's called Chaos Monkey. And what Chaos Monkey does is an app that you run on your network, and if this is to be run on Amazon's web services, and it's only for your own site. And what it will do, I swear this is a real product, it will turn off services. Why would you want services turned off on your website? To see if your failovers work. It will deliberately cause chaos. It's Chaos Monkey was the name of it. And the whole point is, if a server goes down, did you correctly code it that another one would spin up and do the thing? Or it'll corrupt the database. If the database is corrupted, will a mirror database spin up and then take the load? So they run this Chaos Monkey across Netflix, and Netflix is on Amazon, like most companies are, to see if they're. That's why Netflix never goes down. You watch Netflix, it's always on, it's always working. Why is it always on and working? Because they understand the server architecture, and they've done that. So that's what hosting costs. But I don't do websites for new businesses anymore. I've phased that out of my life, focusing on other things like content creation. Where's my this? This is what I'm focusing on now instead of running other websites for small businesses. Yes, hosting's a little higher than that. Yeah, I'm talking entry-level stuff. But that's what I've had. I've got all my stuff on there. I've got matthaas.com, matthaas.net, matthaas.org. I've got awesomewoodthings.com, allthingsyoutube.com, pianoawesome.com, awesomefunthings.com. I've got awesometacomemes.com. I've got makersrock.com. matthaasmisspelled.com, matthaas.com. And I think that's 11. I know I got 11 of them. Crazy. But you should have a website because especially if you start getting into brand deals, say you get real popular on YouTube and you start saying, this is sponsored by Roku. Here's a Roku remote. Hashtag not sponsored. But they won't do business with you if you only have a YouTube channel and a Patreon. You know, they want you to have a website, .com. Also, AdSense. AdSense doesn't require you to have a website, but you kind of should have a website. So my recommendation is, if you're getting on YouTube and you're going to soon be in the YouTube Partner Program, get a website. Get a website. So then you can turn on ads. You can get an AdSense account and link it to your YouTube. You can do it without a website, but you really, it's just a lot easier if you have one. All right. There you go. I'm going to leave it there, folks. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Drop a big old like. And Sammy Superstar is here. Hi, Sammy. I'm winding things down. Unless you have a question for the YouTubes. I did not. Sammy, once again, Sammy is dialed in, baby. Because I was kicking around a conversation with Sammy, and he's like, you know, Matt, you really should be on Ecamm Beta. And I was on Ecamm Beta, and I want to get in there because when you do this is a smaller window. Like, I have more screen real estate here. With Ecamm Beta, I can make this my entire screen without losing this area, because I have other desktop items there. See, watch. This is a minor thing, but this is what YouTube Beta is gonna get you. Look, so like there's, whoops, there are other things over here that are covered up by the overlay. Anyway, I can make that a little bit better. So I will be installed. I just didn't have it installed, and I didn't want to mess with the show a couple hours before the show. So I'm going to install it probably after this. All right, I'm jumping off. Next week's show is here in the chat. Go ahead and hit that link and choose Set Reminder. And also, I'm on Brenda G's Design Show on Thursday. That's a show where we ask the audience to give us awesome facts. Go ahead and hit that, and we'll see you over there on Brenda G's Designs channel. Brenda is not feeling well, so if you see Brenda around the interwebs, tell her that Matt's thinking about her, and Matt said that she wasn't feeling well, and that you hope you wish her well, because she's gonna kick it, whatever she has. All right, I'm leaving it here. Take care, everyone. Love you all.